What if you fall in love and realize that you are in with a toxic person? Do you stay? Do you walk away? And what if you've made up your mind to walk away and walking away seems to be the hardest thing for you to do? What are you going to do? On today's video, we're going to talk about how to move on when the love does not empower you. Stick around. Now, when it comes to love, it seems the story we hear is the story of endurance. Romeo and Juliet die suffering for love. Titanic, someone has to give his life down for someone else. And then the idea of love seems to be the idea of suffering. I don't know how society has survived in painting this picture, and most people bought into it, believing that when they are suffering and they are enjoying a relationship, that's how they prove that they are in love. But the opposite is actually the truth, because love is not suffering. Love is not painful. I know some critics will come up to say, love is suffering, love is painful, love is this, love is that. Love, in the real sense of it, could look like suffering on the physical aspect, but on a deeper level, you have peace. You feel peace. You actually know that you are on the right path. You actually know that there is nothing wrong with what you're doing. Irrespective of how other people perceive it and see it, you are walking in that physical pain with peace, with rest. But I'm talking about when you are both burning physically and mentally. How do you move on? How do you talk yourself into getting out to find yourself whole and better again? And yes, you can move on from people you love and go ahead and create a fantastic life for you. There's nothing that says that you have to die with someone you love, because love understands, love sees, love forgives, love is kind. And then when you apply this love, you find out that the person you are dealing with is toxic, he's a narcissist. You're not going to stick around to keep on enduring. When you love them so much and they are abusing you, get tough. It is self-enlightenment to understand that when you are with the right kind of people, love doesn't have to be tough. Yes, it doesn't have to. It has to flow. But tough love could come to yourself, because you need to be strong for your emotion to leave a place where you are not loved, where you are not celebrated. But before I continue talking into this, I want you to understand that before anyone you are, and no one would ever love you more than you love yourself. And before you meet anyone or get into anything, you have been. And even when that thing stops existing, you are going to be. One secret trait that you have to do when you are still entangled or in love with people who are hurting you is to detach. Detach yourself completely. Stop attachment. You did not bring anyone to this world, and you cannot control how things happen. You don't have that power. You are limited. Understand your human limits. Understand your individual strengths. And know that you're trying to control or carve them to be who you want them to be is toxic too. So you should also know that there's some part of you that enable them to treat you so badly. And if you compromise into this enabling and stick around into a place where you are not well treated, you are trying to send signal of self-betrayal. So you need to step out, move on to a place, start working on what works for you, find different kind of people, or attract. I don't even like saying find, because usually all the time we are energies, we attract the right people into our world. So when you leave that place, you are a human being, you have legs, you are not a tree. When things does not work, leave, go and develop, go and expand, find a business, find a career, start creating something, start writing, start doing that thing you don't want to do, travel and refocus so you can find yourself. And then you realize again that in this life, we are all walking on our life path. Each and every one of us walking on their life path. So on the journey of your life path, you happen to meet maybe someone who is empathic, somebody who is stubborn, somebody who is empowering, somebody who is a narcissist. It doesn't matter who you meet on the journey of your life. But what matters is that when you are going through this journey, you realize that whatever you meet, you're going to approach it with what you have on the inside. But you do not have any right to control or change anybody to suit you. The only one you have control over is you. Even when you try to control yourself, it's not as easy peasy. You still struggle to control yourself, to put yourself in shape, to tame your emotions, to focus your mindset, to just sit still. Now, how does it feel trying to tame someone else? I think that is some kind of ego we have to recognize. The ego that you are powerful enough to change someone is a lie. The ego that you have to judge someone. No, your job when you get into a relationship is to discern whether this thing is working for you. And if it's not working for you, don't judge it. Just leave it. Leave it the way it is. It's not your job to change. Don't judge. Discern. Choose and find your path. There comes a time when you have to be selfish. Selfish enough to protect yourself over something that is not empowering you. You get into a relationship, people talk you down all the time. You love them. You want to be with them, but they talk you down, they belittle you, they make you feel like nothing. You come up with an idea of a business you want to do, and they tell you, are you sure you can do this business? You that is always angry, you that don't have patience to build business, can you build? You want to go somewhere, they would always try to pull you down. And this thing keep going on and going on and going on. What do you need to do? You need to find an escape. That's it. You need to find a way to heal yourself and take yourself away from the place that is not empowering you. It could be you who is giving all the love. And if they do not understand and give you equal kind of love, you are abusing yourself. And the more you abuse yourself, the more the problem does not get solved. So remove yourself from places that you don't want to be and move on fast. Don't you ever believe in that ideology that this person is person made for you, you are created for this person. No, it is not true. We are individuals who come together to experience each other. And if that experiment is beautiful, we're going to enjoy it together. And if it is not beautiful, then let it go. Let it be. Move on. People we love can actually hurt us so badly. They can hurt us with bad words. They can hurt us with neglect, abandonment, not paying attention to our emotional needs. These things are not what you have to sit down all the time explaining. Why don't you call me? Why don't you reach out for me? Why don't you call me for this? No, you don't. You love them. They may love you, but maybe both of you met at the wrong time. Maybe you both need to find yourselves to heal. If it is still worth it, somehow, both of you will still find your way back to yourselves again. And if it doesn't, you both will find yourself in people that you both deserve. Because if you love people, you need to allow them to be happy. And what I mean is that happiness could be exclusive of you. That happiness could be with someone else. And as long as they are happy, let them to be happy. And find how you can be happy by yourself. You need to find strength within yourself to push yourself forward, to push yourself right, and create a better life for yourself. Get into the comment section and tell me what you feel about this video. And if you haven't subscribed to this channel, why don't you subscribe to this channel, like this video. Thank you and see you on my next video.